Hi there, welcome back to Still Waters ASMR. Today's video is gonna be a kind of random one. I wanted to give a bit of feedback on the CBT stuff I was doing previously, the cognitive behavioural therapy homework. I did a video, I think it was a few weeks back, I'm not quite sure, covering the homework that I got set. So the NHS where I live has access to an online CBT service, a cognitive behavioural therapy service, where you chat with the, hang on, I'm just gonna set my, there we go, that should hopefully stop freaking out. I just set the focus so it's not gonna keep flickering. You kind of like text chat with a therapist rather than like video chat. And then the benefit of that is that you have a time to kind of think about what you're writing, and then you can also save copies of the conversation and you can read back over it later, which is quite useful. And you get up to about 6 sessions or something where they kind of take you through the CBT process and teach you the process. And then I had previously shown a video of me working on identifying what routines I wanted to put in place and doing some of the homework they set me. Unfortunately, CBT doesn't work very well with neurodivergent minds. So it didn't work for me. I set far too many things I wanted to establish all at once, and then I just couldn't maintain it because I'm very much like all or nothing, and because I wasn't getting it all achieved, I just gave up. And yeah, my brain knows what I want to do and what I need to do, but it struggles with the executive function of actually doing it. I need external motivators, so that wasn't working for me. The only thing in all of what I was trying to achieve that I've managed to establish, which I will have to work hard to keep it established, is brushing my teeth every night before I go to bed. And that's the one thing I've managed to achieve. All the rest of the stuff, no. But I've managed to start, but then that's a good important step, because my teeth were my oral health was suffering for not brushing my teeth the way I should have been. But the good news is that last week I spoke with a lady who does autism assessments on the NHS here in Shetland. I was supposed to be having my autism assessment tomorrow, but I've come down with a horrible cold, and I don't want to risk giving it to the woman who'd be doing my assessment, and I also don't want to risk giving it to my in-laws who I would be staying with, because it's down on the Shetland mainland and we live on one island. So when I go down, I'll stay with my in-laws and then go to the appointment, so I don't want to risk smitting them. So the plan will be try and go down tomorrow. Well, if I'm feeling well enough, I might try and go down tomorrow morning so I can still get that assessment done, because I really, really want to have it done. But I also don't want to be just spreading my bugs everywhere. So we'll probably see how tonight goes. That'll probably be the big decider. And then I'm gonna work Wednesday, Thursday this week. But I might see if I can go down tomorrow. Yeah, I'll need to think that through. So anywho, that was my update, because I wanted to kind of give a bit of an update as to how it's gone. And the thing is, it just didn't work for me. I mean, I've tried so many things, but, sorry, I got distracted. The lady who is going to do my autism assessment is also re-referring me for an ADHD assessment. It has been almost 3 years since I first requested one. I was knocked back twice by the psychologist at the mental health department here in Shetland, who refused to see me. When they finally were convinced to see me by a colleague who was convinced I had ADHD after meeting me, I mean, the colleague had done a full assessment and he was like, this person has ADHD, so they begrudgingly agreed to see me, and then they were still sticking by their guns that no, we don't think you do. They've now retired, so they're gone, so I am going to go and I had like a formal complaint in against them and everything. It was just very frustrating. I'm sure they are like a lovely person and I'm sure they are very knowledgeable in their area of expertise in mental health, but they didn't know what they're talking about ADHD. They're now gone. There's now new people doing ADHD assessments here in Shetland, and so I'm hoping I'm getting re-referred. It sounds like it's a few months wait there, but yeah, so I might finally get an ADHD assessment and get diagnosed and maybe medicated. At least I would like to start accessing some more like neurodivergent specific support to help me like succeed in life, because there's certain things that I'm not good at and I really struggle with, and that's okay, because there's other things I'm really good at. So it's kind of embracing who I am, and I have spent 30 odd years trying to change, and I've now realised that it's just who I am, and that's okay. But there's a lot of like trauma wrapped up in that, of being undiagnosed neurodivergent, and there's religious trauma in there too, and there's certain things that I've had issues with, so yeah, there's a lot of going on. The good news is I'm finally getting somewhere. So the CBD didn't work. Today's video, I'm literally gonna work on ToDo List. This is gonna be a kind of short video. My daughter's currently sleeping. She's not been well either. She went to a different nursery to normal, because my in-laws had COVID and my parents were working, and so, well, my dad was working and my mum wasn't able to have her, so like she had to go to a different nursery than normal when I was at work. And because when we're here in Yell where we live, she goes to the local nursery like 3 days a week, and then when I'm working on the mainland, we go and stay with either my parents or my in-laws, and then there's a backup nursery down there that do like ad hoc. You have to pay for it, but it's like an ad hoc. You can just drop them off and they do their day. So she went there last week and had a great time, but she came back with a different set of germs. So, and then she lovingly shared that with her mother, like the good child she is. So I am full of the cold. We also went and saw some puppies last week. Oh my gosh. So I'm gutted though, because they're like 6 months to a year too early. So my cousin has like she lives on the family farm, so it's the farm that my mother grew up on, and her dad is the one who like inherited it and he runs it, and then she is kind of the next generation coming up through, and she's got some working sheepdogs, and they have a system in place where they have the oldest sheepdog, and then they have a younger sheepdog, and when the older one is approaching retirement but not yet retired, they breed the younger one. So the older one can be working while the younger one is having a litter, so that by the time the older one is no longer able to work and retired, the younger one is like fully trained, has bred its replacement, and it is now able to take over as the main dog. And then you've got the young pup who is then in training, and then as they get older, that one will have passed away, and then this one, as it's getting older, they'll breed this one, and then they'll move up, and then you get a pup. So they kind of always have like, you know, 2 or 3 dogs at a time, either 2 working, or then like a retired, a working, and a young in training. And that's kind of how they work it. And I was really hoping that them doing the next day, so each dog is only bred once. They keep the female, like the bitches, and so they have the litter of puppies themselves, and then but each one is only bred once to breed its replacement, and that's they don't breed extra. They breed it the once to get its replacement, and they sell the other puppies. I was really hoping, because I know the grandmother, the mother, and the temperament of those dogs is wonderful. So when I was a kid, I got bitten in the face on a couple occasions because I was kind of slow and didn't learn, by a sheepdog, and so I'm quite wary of border collies, working border collies, because they can be kind of mean-tempered. But because I have got a small child, I need to have a dog that's got a good temperament, but it also needs to be from good breeding stock, like good working stock, because we have a croft, we have sheep. I need a sheepdog that I can trust and rely on, and so the plan will be to get a pup, and it'll be like a pet and a working dog. Some people don't believe that's a possibility, but it's been proven that you can. And my cousin's dogs are like, they're such good-natured. They were letting my daughter cuddle them and stuff, and I'm normally very wary of her around animals because I'm very aware of the damage that the animals can cause and how annoying she can be. So, you know, for both parties' sake, I'm very kind of like wary when she's around animals. But they were just amazing with her. They were like sniffing in her face. If anything, she was like, get out my face, because they were like cold noses to her face. And they were just really friendly and just chilled out and really good. So I was hoping to get one of the pups, and they would have been due in like a year's time. But the older dog is coming down with arthritis. So they're having to breed a litter like a year earlier than planned. And we're just not ready to get a puppy just yet, because I've got a major operation coming up in May, and my daughter's still not potty trained. I work away from home 2 days a week. It's not gonna work, but I'm gutted because I really wanted one of their puppies. It means that, you know, in a year's time when we are looking to get a puppy, we'll need to look elsewhere. It is what it is. Like, there is other people with dogs here in Shetland I will be able to get one, but it means that we'll have to do a bit more research to make sure we're happy with the parents. Apologies for my sniffing. So that's kind of, this is just gonna be a waffling video because it turns out that's what you're getting. Yeah, so that was quite nice seeing the puppies. They're so cute. I really did. I was really tempted to try and like figure out a way to make it possible, but it's just, we are just not ready for a puppy just yet. There's a few other things that I need to get in place before we take on a puppy. So a list of things to do. There's some things I know I need to do, and I thought I'd just start writing a list. So I need to do my April VAT return. That is before the 7th. preferably doing it sooner than that. I just remembered I need to do my US tax. With the US tax, I think I've got until like July because I live abroad, but there's no reason why I can't just go ahead and do it because I should have all the information I need, so that really just needs to get done. But it's not a high priority. This is a higher priority. Value-added tax, I'm VAT registered with the Croft, so I can claim back my VAT on things I've purchased, which is handy. Oh, I need to pay tractor insurance. I need to clean the dosing guns. Warmer and vitamin wrench for the sheep. I need to go through the lambing supplies and write a shopping list. I need to buy more warmer. Put a question mark next to that because I might do a fake leg count before I buy any more warmer. We'll see. Oh, I need to cancel. We have lambs booked to go to the marts, but we're going to cancel it because they're in poor quality and we don't want to send them for sale when they look so poor. We need to like get them in a better state before we can sell them. It's been a really tough winter and some of our animals are in not the condition we would prefer. I need to tidy my office. If you saw the state of the room behind me. Oh, I need to order car seat cover. It's something I've been meaning to do for forever. So you know, my daughter's got a rear-facing car seat and her feet are like resting on the chair and like the back of the chair, and if she's been outside her shoes are dirty and then they're leaving dirty marks on the chair and it's driving my husband up the wall. So I have been meaning to order a car seat cover thing for forever and I keep forgetting. 1 second, I'm going to blow my nose. 1 second. Okay, I need to update my sheep records. And medicines records. Because we've been given like sheep medication and I need to put it into a spreadsheet. I've got like random bits of paper in my office with like handwritten notes on them that I need to like convert into the spreadsheet. Oh, what else do I need to do? I need to study. So in terms of studying, I keep falling behind my own schedule, so I'm falling behind again, but I am still working away at my level 3, and I've gone ahead and I've booked and paid for my level 4. So that is like done. And I will then be... I've got the hiccups. As soon as I finish my level 3, I'm going straight into my level 4. This is the AAT accountancy qualifications, because I thought that I was gonna basically have a break when I finish level 3, but I realised I need to just keep going with it. What else? I'm like looking at the floor behind me, looking for inspiration. Oh, I just remembered I need to pay ferry invoices. I've got like a few that have been like late payments. Oh, I just remembered. to sort out the payment, or online. Somebody catered the Christmas party for like the local toddler group, and I'm the treasurer, and we wrote them a check, and they were having issues with their bank getting it cashed. So I've been asked to write like a check, like made out like a different name, so they can try and cash it, because the business account with the business name wasn't working, so they're gonna basically do it for the personal account. So, but I should have activated online payments, so I might be able to just pay them online, which might make it easier, but we shall see. Yeah, I'm not sure what else needs to be done. There's probably other things that need to get done on top of all of this. It was really nice. I was talking to, we had a house of guests on Saturday, because my daughter-in-law, not my daughter-in-law, my stepdaughter and her partner and my granddaughter and my grandson and my stepson all came to visit. And it was so lovely to see them all. And, oh, my daughter was just delighted to see her big brother. She adores him. Just the smile on her face, and she just wrapped her little arms around his neck and was so delighted. Anywho, speaking with my stepdaughter and my husband's ex-wife, so their mother, and it turns out they both watch my channel, so hi if you see this. And it was really nice to talk to people who watch the channel and get feedback, because I am always paranoid. I'm in person, I'm a very high energy, speak far too fast, and usually too loud kind of person. I have ADHD. I can't help it. I'm saying I have ADHD because, like, I don't have my official diagnosis yet, but there's enough folk who've met me who are like, who know what they're talking about, who are like, yeah, you're pretty sure you do. So I'm just embracing it in advance. But yeah, so I'm normally very high energy and loud and speak far too fast, and I always worry, because when I'm doing my videos, my intention is to pay attention to what I'm doing and to talk nice and slowly, and to really try and make it as ASMR as possible, to try and have it as tingly as possible. Like, there's some channels I watch where the people are amazing at what they do, and I find that when I sit down to record, I get absorbed in what I'm doing, and I completely forget. Like, I'll be whispering and I'll be soft speaking, but at the end of recording the video, I'm like, I got really engrossed in what I was doing. I have no idea if I was talking too fast, if I was too high energy. Like, I'm always paranoid that I've gotten too excited about things, and then at the end of the video, folk would be more wound up than sleeping. So when my stepdaughter was like, no, I do fall asleep to you on a regular basis, I was like, whew, that is like such a relief to know that I'm actually doing an okay job with this, because I'm always worried that I get too excitable. I'm like a bit of a puppy sometimes, I get really excitable. So it was nice to know that, no, I do. It's nice to speak to folk and get feedback, because you kind of like put stuff out there, and there's like content that I would like to create that requires like a bit more time and effort. So I've been, the content I created in my early days was more intentional, I feel. It was like, I'd pick a topic, and now it tends to be more me filming, doing something that needed to be done anyway, because I don't have the time to do a purely ASMR video, unless it's the mini brands, because that's my obsession at the moment. There's mini brands content every 3 weeks up until like June, like already pre-recorded because I got overexcited. But like this, I had to write a to-do list, so I've turned it into a rambling video. Yeah, it's funny how these things work out. Oh, I need to wash the cat food bowls and just generally wash the dishes as well. Oh, and I've got a mending pile, which I'm on the verge of just donating it to charity and letting somebody else to mend it. There was a video I went to record, so I won a raffle. It was before Christmas. It was at one of these Christmas parties. So before Christmas, I won a prize in a raffle, which was a candle advent calendar. So it had like tea lights and stuff in it. And I thought, oh, I'll do an unboxing video to see what we get. But the tea lights, when I unboxed it, they're sitting here on my desk. I sat down to video it, and they were literally just tea lights. Like, there's no... So, like, there was like 6 different scents, but it doesn't tell you which one is which. And I was like, well, that's rubbish, because from smelling them, I was not able to identify which one was meant to be which. I mean, I could tell which ones were different because they're different colours. So this one's like a blue, this one's like a cream. We've got a kind of light coral kind of colour. And then a red. A very light pink, I think that's meant to be. And then a very similar colour to that. Is that actually the same thing? No, I don't think it is. I think it's ever so slightly different. Maybe it is the same, I don't know. Anywho, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. Yeah, so I was planning on doing this whole video with them, and what I had planned didn't work because it wasn't. I was like, oh, that's useless. And the advent calendar was too noisy, so I couldn't even do opening the advent calendar. And the candles themselves were nothing exciting. So, but they're all like Christmas scented, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in my Christmas box up in the loft. And they can be like, tucked away in there. I'm trying to think if there was anything else to babble about today. I think just if you've made it this far and if you're still awake, those are 2 not guarantees. If there's any videos that you would like to see, whether it's something I've done in the past that you'd like to see again, or whether it's something I've never done before, just let me know. I am open to feedback and comments. Where possible, I will try and incorporate them. I try and like keep a list in my bullet journal of like the suggestions folk have made. Some of them I'm just not gonna do. But like there was somebody asking me to like walk around in high heels and stuff, and it's like, first off, I've got a carpet in here, so that wouldn't really work for the sound effects. And secondly, I don't know if I even have high heels that I could do that with. I live in either my slippers or my welly boots. It's the life I live nowadays, or trainers. So yeah, it's that kind of. But wherever possible, I will try and incorporate them. There is a lot of. Oh, I just thought of something I could do. I could do like have to do that. I mean, take one for the team. Basically, it gives me an excuse to buy and eat nice chocolate. That was another idea. I also got a box of Thorntons for Mother's Day. I can always do a Thorntons. The chocolates go through. Got to love Thorntons. It was really sweet. I actually got some soap from my stepkids for Mother's Day. There's like a company here in Shetland that does it's called Plug, the Shetland Soap Company. It is part of a bigger organisation called Cope, as in COPE. Cope is a company that provides employment opportunities for local people with like learning disabilities or other kind of disabilities, and so they like employ people with like Down syndrome and other kind of disabilities, maybe like autism and that kind of stuff. I'm not all quite sure, but they have like a variety of different departments, and so there's like the overall business. The idea being is that they provide local employment opportunities for these people, where they can have like they can go to work and earn a wage and have that independence and just the benefits that come with having a job, and but in a supported environment. And so there's like staff that are hired to support them, and there's multiple different departments. They've got a garden centre, they have got a furniture upcycling type recycling, second-hand furniture, they do recycling and upcycling and that kind of thing company. They have got a department that makes like they do like caterings, they do like sandwiches and things, and they also make like chutneys and things like that. It's like a deli type business. And then I think the original business that they started with is the Shetland Soap Company. It's been around for quite some time now, and they make local soap. They make like soaps and shampoos and body washes and stuff, and they smell amazing. And yeah, it's like a local business that it's a fantastic business, and they like stock the ferries that come up, stocks their soap, and like there's a lot of like local businesses that stock their soap, and they have a soap called like Crofting, like a hand wash. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. And then I got that for Mother's Day because like I'm a crofter, and you need good quality soap to wash the stink off sometimes. But yeah, it's a brilliant organisation, because speaking as a disabled person, us disabled people want to work, but it's not always easy finding businesses or organisations that are willing to take you on with the extra challenges. I used to work full-time, and I am just not able to do that anymore. Yes, I've got a toddler, yes, I've got a Croft now, so it's, I do have a lot on my plate, but my current boss is okay with me working just 2 days a week. And even then, I've had sick days this year. But like physically, I am not capable, and that's because I've got Crohn's disease, and as I've discovered in the last few years, it's very likely I've got autism and ADHD, and all of that combined meant that when I was working a full-time office job, I was putting all of my energy into the work week, and I had nothing left, and I'd be spending my weekends recuperating to be able to go back to work again, and it was breaking me physically and mentally. that I'm doing so in a way that isn't breaking me. And it's very difficult for people with disabilities because you feel like a burden and you think, why would anybody hire me? When there's like perfectly able-bodied people out there. So it's really awesome that there's organisations that are devoting themselves to giving employment opportunities to people who would struggle in the regular, what's the word I'm looking for? Like job market. So yeah. Again, this has been a completely random ramble video. I sat down, tried a to-do list, and figured I'd just see where it went. So I'm going to wrap up now because I need to go blow my nose again, and there's things I need to do while my daughter's sleeping. Try and get some of these things done, especially things like pay the tractor insurance, because that needs to be done by the 30th of April, 30th of March. But I need to do that too. Let's do those two. That requires phone calls. But I hope you guys are keeping well, and I hope that life is treating you well, and hopefully I'll see you again sometime soon. Take care.